What on earth has happened to Tottenham this year? So this year Tottenham have been pretty awful. We can all agree on that. Um, I have no idea why they're as bad as they are. I feel like their players are capable of so much more than what they're giving out. So it's a little bit confusing to why they are being so bad and to why they almost got relegated. It makes no sense to me. Tottenham as a football club should not be close to getting relegated. They were on the final day fighting for it. Obviously, they beat Everton. If they didn't, they would have been relegated. If they got beat, they would have been done, which is way too close for a team like Tottenham. They've got £1 billion stadium, which imagine that playing in the Championship against your Middlesbroughs, your Lincolns, your stuff like that. £1 billion stadium in the Championship. We were that close to having that happen. It is baffling to me that this season has happened the way it has. And I don't understand why. I understand they have injury problems. I understand that there's loads of pressure on them. But that's what comes with being a football club. You have your pressures, you have your injuries, you bite back from it. The players they have in that squad, the players they've signed, are more than capable of getting them into a decent spot in the league and definitely not be flirting with relegation. That is shocking. I just want to say as well, I am in the car just now. I am, as you can see, I'm just sitting here for about half an hour or something, so I may as well record a video about something that I want to speak about. So here's a setting for today. Let's run with it. So pretty much, I think that Tottenham are going to have to make some big moves in the summer, and they already have with Senesi and Robertson. Obviously from Bournemouth and Liverpool, they've got those two in already. Good signings, very good signings, because Senesi's been fantastic for Bournemouth. He's a great centre back, and I do believe that he's going to change some stuff up in there. He's going to make this defence a little bit more solidified. I think they have been a bit rocky. Obviously, Romero's good, but he's a big liability, big liability. So I'm hoping, well, not even hoping. Like I'm a Man United fan. I just think that he will benefit them and at least help them do a bit better than what they did this year, even though it's not hard at all to make that the case. Andy Robertson has moved from Liverpool, and he is somebody who is a more senior member of the football team. He's won everything. He's going to be able to steady that ship. I do feel like he's a great appointment for them. I think obviously he's on the older end. He's not too old, but he's on the older end. He's past his prime, but he will help them out in a sense. So that backline is already getting stronger. They are going to lose Van de Ven, so we'll see what happens there. It is a difficult one. And they have made decent signings. Obviously, James Maddison is always out injured. He's a great player. I actually quite like Maddison. I wanted him at Man United a few years ago. Probably wouldn't take him now. He's definitely not the calibre of player that we need in our squad. So I think he's suited for Tottenham at the moment, but he does need to stay fit. He's just not fit at all, and I do believe that he needs to kind of figure out a way of getting himself back to it. I don't know if their medical team is a problem. I think he has called them out actually not long ago, in a sense of kind of being like, right, it's not appropriate how many times they're all going down injured, or like it's just not run well. So I do believe that things aren't ideal injury wise for them, and again, Madison's been out, especially being their star player. It's not handy to have your star players out. I do think that obviously with Tottenham being 17th in the league, they don't have a lot to kind of try to be better with. Like they can't really be any worse. Like they will be better no matter what. They won't get relegated next year. I can pretty much bet my hat on it. They're not going to get relegated, and I think that they are going to do better. I don't think they're going to do top 6, top 7. I think they might get 9th or something. They might get 9th because I think they will improve. I think this year is just one of those fluke, awful seasons, and it happens to the best of us. Man United finished 15th last year. Now we finished 3rd. I feel like Tottenham are going to have that kind of season, but not that good. I think they're going to maybe finish about 9th place or something like that, just inside the top 10. And I do feel like, obviously, this has been such a bad year for them. Their players are going to have to fight back. They're going to have to, because they're going to be looking to sell them. Like, of course they're going to be looking to sell them. Like, if you put in a performance that bad and you don't win like barely any games, look at how many games they've lost this year, then eventually your team's going to kind of push you to the side, sell you on, and get better players. That's the cycle of football. That's what you do. So I genuinely believe that they will step up, because if they don't, they're out the door. They're out the door, and Tottenham are not gonna, stand for that. So I think losing Son was a big thing for them, but that's one player. That's one player of the whole squad. I do feel like they need to do better than that, because that's just not good enough in general. Having one player go that's pretty much carrying you, and obviously they have lost a couple of players, but not too many. They've really not lost too many players. Um, Last year, obviously, they won the Europa League, and that put me into the Champions League. Those extra games might not have done any good, especially with the injuries they have. But again, they are a club more than well equipped to fight that, to fight playing Champions League, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, the Premier League. They should be able to deal with that. They've got investment. They're a big club. They can get players in. As we can see, Senesi's moved to them. Bournemouth have had such a better year than them. And I can probably see the trajectory of them being even higher than Tottenham at the moment. But he's still moved. So they still have that pull. They're still a big club. They're just awful. They're just awful. And I just can't believe how poor they have been this year. So it's kind of just a waiting game to see what they are going to be like. But I think there's something deep rooted in that club that's not quite right at the moment. And I'm not going to say I want them to get out of it, because I'm not fussed. Like, I'm a Man United fan. I don't really care about what Tottenham do. Obviously, a bit of bitterness because of them beating us in the Europa League final last year. But it is what it is, you know what I mean? Like, it happens. You lose these games. Obviously, it sucks that we lost and gave a trophy to Tottenham. But at the end of the day, it's fine. Like, I'm not going to be sat here wishing the worst for them, but I'm also not going to be rooting for them at the same time, like, to get out of the situation. I couldn't care less. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if the Zerbi sticks around for more than half a season, because he likes to bounce about his clubs. Let's see. Let's see what happens. If he stays about and he steadies the ship, pushes them out a little bit and starts winning games, starts getting more results, does well, has a nice cup run, Tottenham can start getting a little bit more momentum and start feeling a bit better about themselves, because right now they have nothing to feel good about. Almost getting relegated from the Premier League is shocking for a club of that size. So they're in dire situation. I don't know if they're going to be able to bounce back, but the likelihood is they probably will. They probably will, but we obviously just can't confirm that. They've made a good start by signing 2 players. Again, as I said, experienced, good players. Let's see who else they get in. Obviously, I hope they don't rival anybody else too much. I don't want them rivaling us. Obviously, United are pushing to sign lots of players this summer, so there's going to be a lot of news. Oh my God. Did you just... That's wild. If you didn't see what that was and how big that was a bee coming through the window onto my arm. Shook. Let's get back on track with this. Tottenham. What was I even saying? Yeah, United are going to be buying a lot of players, I think, and are going to be pushing themselves to do better and better and better. I don't see Tottenham matching us. I hope they don't. I really hope they don't, because next year, I'll do a prediction video for next year at some point soon. I'm going to be doing, obviously, who I think is going to be 1 to 20 in the league, and who I think is going to do well and who's not, and my player of the season awards and stuff like that. I will be doing them at some point before the season starts. Obviously, we've got a World Cup first. But I can tell you now, Tottenham aren't going to be that high up in the table. They're kind of mid-table at best at the current moment in time. And I do think there's something seriously wrong with them. At the current moment in time, their players just don't care at all, and their fans deserve better. Their fans do deserve better. It is a bit of a rough one, so we'll see what happens. I'm not entirely certain what my full opinions are on how they're going to bounce back, but all I know now is that they're awful and they need to fix something soon, because this is bad. And good luck to them, because United were in a very similar position last year. Obviously, we didn't almost get relegated. That's a new low. And it's a shame on West Ham as well, because they've obviously had a couple of results go against them that really shouldn't have. So probably Tottenham should have gone down, and it is rough to see for that football club and for the fans. But at the end of the day, they've not gone down. They're still in the Premier League. We'll see what happens. but I do find it funny in a little way. I am smiling about it because I do find it funny. If it was happening to Man United, I wouldn't be laughing, but it's Tottenham, so I can laugh. Especially because they took that Europa League off us, I can laugh about that. So pretty much, to end this off, Tottenham are in dire need of something new. They need to revamp their squad. They're going to need to make some sales. They're going to need to keep buying players. They've made a couple already. But whatever is happening at that squad and in that team needs sorted out ASAP, because they can't keep dealing with this. They can't keep going on and on and on in the situation they're in, because it's not ideal. It's definitely not ideal. So good luck to them. Good luck to them. And honestly, I am looking forward to seeing what happens next year. If they almost get relegated again, I don't even know what to say about that club anymore. I can pretty much guarantee it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen next year. If it does, then I'm a fool, but we'll see what happens. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, join the community. If you have any opinions on the situation, comment them down below. I'd love to have a conversation with you all and kind of just get your vibes and your feelings on the situation, especially if you're a Tottenham fan. Let me know what you think of your club and what you think of the situation you're in. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.